The modern history of the British monarchy has always been a tapestry of public duty and private torment, a delicate balance where the personal lives of its prominent figures are constantly scrutinized by a global audience. For years, the grand palaces and historic estates of the United Kingdom have served as the backdrop for a family dynamic that is as complex as it is fascinating, shifting between moments of profound unity and periods of intense, quiet estrangement. In recent times, the focus has increasingly turned toward the deep fractures within the royal household, particularly the evolving relationship between the self-exiled Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, and the reigning sovereign, King Charles III. Every movement across the Atlantic, every carefully worded press release, and every silent gesture from behind palace walls is parsed for deeper meaning, as the world watches a family navigate the heavy burdens of crown and kin. This unfolding narrative is not merely a collection of tabloid headlines, but a significant chapter in contemporary royal history, illustrating how personal choice and institutional expectations can collide to reshape the destiny of an ancient lineage. As rumors intensify regarding an upcoming trip that could bring the Sussex family back to British soil, an air of anticipation and subtle tension has settled over the royal landscape, prompting observers to question whether old wounds can truly begin to heal. To fully understand the gravity of these potential reunions, one must look closely at the undercurrents of loyalty, betrayal, and institutional survival that continue to define the modern House of Windsor. If you want to stay informed on every major development and understand the deeper context behind these historic events, take a brief moment right now to subscribe to this channel so you never miss an official update or an in-depth analysis. The anticipation surrounding this cross-oceanic journey highlights just how fragile the bonds within this family remain, even as the passing of time and significant personal milestones place immense pressure on all parties involved to find a path toward peace. For a considerable period, the geographic distance between the sunny hills of California and the historic residences of London has mirrored the emotional chasm that separated a father from his younger son. This distance has transformed what used to be routine family gatherings into highly coordinated, tightly managed logistical operations, where every single interaction is planned with extreme caution. The upcoming visit represents a rare moment where these parallel worlds might finally cross paths once again, creating an atmosphere charged with both hope and underlying anxiety for everyone involved in managing the public image of the crown. The sheer scale of global interest in this private drama underscores the unique position the British royal family occupies in the modern world, where personal reconciliations are treated with the same weight as international diplomacy. Behind the grand facades of Clarence House and Buckingham Palace, the internal discussions regarding how to handle this arrival are said to be delicate, requiring a careful balance between family compassion and institutional preservation. As the date of the scheduled trip approaches, the subtle shifts in tone from various commentators and inside sources suggest that while a father's heart may be open, the machinery of the monarchy remains cautious and highly protective of its established order. This lingering caution is rooted in a turbulent history of public disclosures, legal challenges, and highly publicized media projects that have fundamentally altered how the palace communicates with the public and handles internal conflicts. The upcoming weeks are poised to test the strength of these institutional barriers, offering a glimpse into whether the current reign can successfully bridge the gap between tradition and personal family healing. Every detail of the preparation, from the choice of residence to the specific security protocols, reflects a calculated effort to manage an exceptionally volatile situation that has captured the imagination of millions around the globe. As the world waits to see how this high-stakes family reunion unfolds, the broader implications for the future structure and public perception of the monarchy remain a subject of intense debate among historians and contemporary observers alike. The delicate nature of these family dynamics means that even the most optimistic signs are greeted with a degree of skepticism, as years of public disagreements cannot be easily erased by a single transatlantic flight. This reality forms the quiet backdrop of the entire upcoming visit, making it clear that whatever happens next will require immense patience, careful negotiation, and a willingness to confront the deeply rooted issues that caused the initial separation. The story that is about to unfold in the coming weeks is more than just a family gathering. It is a complex negotiation of trust and legacy that will influence the internal politics of the royal household for years to come. In this environment of heightened awareness and media scrutiny, the actions of every individual involved will be magnified, turning even minor details into significant indicators of where the family stands. The upcoming chapters of this royal saga promise to reveal much about the true nature of the modern monarchy and its capacity to endure and adapt amidst profound internal change. The core of this unfolding royal drama lies in the concrete steps currently being taken behind the scenes, transforming vague rumors into a highly coordinated reality that has set the entire palace infrastructure in motion. Recent confirmations have sent shockwaves through the media landscape, as it was established that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are actively preparing to bring their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, to the United Kingdom next month. This highly anticipated journey marks the first time that the entire Sussex family will set foot on British soil together since the summer of 2022, a period that has seen an unprecedented escalation in family tensions and public disclosures. Sources close to the family indicate that Prince Harry desperately wants his children to spend meaningful time with their grandfather, King Charles III, who has had precious few opportunities to bond with his youngest grandchildren due to the vast geographical and emotional distance separating them. Recognizing the profound familial and institutional weight of this moment, King Charles III has reportedly extended a significant olive branch to his younger son and daughter-in-law, offering them a secure place to stay at a designated royal residence during their upcoming visit. Furthermore, in an effort to eliminate one of the most contentious roadblocks to their return, the reigning monarch has allegedly offered to ensure that their comprehensive security arrangements are fully taken care of by royal personnel. This security offer is particularly monumental given that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were systematically stripped of their state-funded royal security privileges following their decision to step back as working members of the royal family and relocate to California in 2020. The issue of security has been a major point of legal and personal friction for years, making this direct intervention by the king a powerful statement of paternal intent and tactical compromise. For Meghan Markle, this journey represents a historic milestone, marking her very first visit to the United Kingdom, since she stood alongside the royal family at the state funeral of the late Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022. The children, Prince Archie, who is now 7 years old, and Princess Lilibet, who is 5, have not experienced the historic atmosphere of their father's homeland since they traveled across the Atlantic for Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations in June 2022. While this grand gesture from the king signals a clear desire to foster paternal reconciliation and bridge the generational divide, royal experts and well-placed commentators are quickly pointing out that this olive branch does not extend across the entire family hierarchy. Multiple insider reports suggest that while King Charles III is focusing entirely on his own personal moment with his son and grandchildren, this upcoming trip is highly unlikely to resolve the deeply entrenched animosity between Prince Harry and his elder brother, Prince William. Royal commentator Amanda Mata has explicitly noted that it is almost entirely impossible to draw any definitive conclusions about a reconciliation between the two brothers at this stage of their estrangement. The relationship between the Duke of Sussex and the Prince of Wales remains by far the most fractured and volatile dynamic within the entire family unit, characterized by years of mutual distrust and deeply held grievances. This strain is further complicated by the current public role that Prince William, now 44 years old, is attempting to cultivate as he seeks to project unwavering strength, stability, and decisive leadership to the British public during a challenging period for the crown. This desire to project institutional authority has reportedly manifested in behind-the-scenes press briefings indicating that William has frequently opposed his father's softer handling of emotionally charged family crises, including the management of various sensitive family controversies and Prince Harry's potential reintegration. Highly respected royal reporter Emily Nash has reinforced this cautious assessment, stating directly that she does not expect Prince William and Prince Harry to reunite or spend any private time together during this brief and highly scrutinized visit. Given the incredibly fractious nature of their current relationship, there is absolutely no indication that either brother is rushing to arrange a meeting simply because the Sussex family happens to be geographic neighbors once again. Unless a meeting is mandated as part of a much larger, official family gathering that requires their joint presence, observers believe the brothers will maintain a strict and frosty distance. King Charles III seems fully aware of these unyielding boundaries and is reportedly choosing to stay entirely out of the brotherly conflict, preferring instead to anchor his focus purely on his role as a grandfather and a father trying to rebuild a fractured personal bond. For a true resolution to occur between the siblings, experts argue that Prince William would need to completely shift his perspective, approaching the volatile situation with cold pragmatism rather than deep-seated emotional pain. For several years, the Prince of Wales has stood as the ultimate holdout within the palace walls, viewing the highly public revelations, books, and media interviews orchestrated by the Sussexes as an unforgivable betrayal of family trust and institutional loyalty. The contrast between King Charles's emotional, paternal approach and Prince William's rigid, institutional stance creates an internal tension within the palace management itself as they navigate the arrival of the California-based royals. If a private meeting between William and Harry were to miraculously occur behind closed doors, it would serve as an undeniable, definitive signal to the global community that vital lines of communication are finally being reopened after years of absolute silence. However, seasoned journalists and royal biographers caution that a genuine reconciliation is an incredibly slow, step-by-step process that cannot be forced or accelerated overnight. When an estrangement has been as prolonged, deeply public, and emotionally devastating as the one witnessed between these two brothers, expectations must remain firmly grounded in reality. The upcoming visit is therefore a double-edged sword for the House of Windsor, representing a beautiful opportunity for a grandfather to hold his grandchildren, while simultaneously shining a harsh, unrelenting spotlight on the profound brotherly divide that threatens to overshadow the future of the monarchy itself. The broader implications of this ongoing royal divide extend far beyond the immediate logistical arrangements of a single summer visit, touching upon the very preservation and future legacy of the British monarchy as an institution. To fully comprehend why this fraternal fracture matters so deeply to the public and to historians alike, one must examine the unique biographies and contrasting paths of the two brothers who were once considered the inseparable future of the House of Windsor. Born just over 2 years apart, Prince William and Prince Harry grew up under the intense, unyielding glare of global media attention, forever bound by the tragic and untimely loss of their mother, Diana, Princess of Wales, in the late summer of 1997. That shared childhood trauma forged an incredibly tight bond between the siblings, one that for decades appeared entirely unbreakable as they supported each other through military service, public engagements, and the initiation of their respective charitable foundations. Prince William, as the elder brother and direct heir to the throne, was progressively molded by the rigid expectations of statecraft and constitutional duty, completing his education at the University of St. Andrews and serving in the Royal Air Force as a search and rescue pilot. His trajectory was always clearly defined by the crown, requiring a disciplined adherence to palace protocols and a deep commitment to institutional continuity, qualities that he has seamlessly carried into his marriage to Catherine, Princess of Wales, and his role as a father to Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. In stark contrast, Prince Harry's path was inherently more flexible yet far more complicated, characterized by a restless search for personal purpose within the confining structure of his royal birthright. His 10 years of dedicated service in the British Army, which included 2 operational tours of duty in Afghanistan as an Apache helicopter pilot, provided him with a sense of camaraderie and structural freedom that he often struggled to find within the palace walls. It was during this military chapter that Harry developed his most enduring legacy project, the Invictus Games, an international sporting event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women, which won him immense praise and solidified his reputation as a deeply empathetic and uniquely relatable royal figure. The turning point in this historic brotherly dynamic arrived with the introduction of Meghan Markle, an American actress whose entry into the royal family initially promised a modern, inclusive chapter for the ancient institution, but ultimately accelerated a profound cultural and personal clash. The subsequent decision of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to officially step back from their senior royal duties in early 2020, a move colloquially termed Megxit, shocked the global public and created an unprecedented logistical and emotional crisis for the late Queen Elizabeth II and the then Prince Charles. The geographical relocation of the Sussexes to Montecito, California, was quickly followed by a series of highly publicized media endeavors, including a groundbreaking television interview, a multi-part streaming documentary series, and Prince Harry's deeply personal memoir, Spare. These public disclosures laid bare the raw vulnerabilities, internal arguments, and deep-seated resentments that had plagued the family behind closed doors, shifting the narrative from a private family disagreement into an ongoing international media spectacle. For Prince William, these public revelations were viewed not merely as personal slights, but as a direct, coordinated assault on the integrity of the monarchy itself, and a severe violation of the family's core principle of absolute discretion. This perspective explains why the Prince of Wales has remained the most unyielding holdout regarding any immediate reconciliation, as he prioritizes the defense of the crown and the protection of his immediate family above any emotional desire to repair past sibling bonds. Meanwhile, King Charles III finds himself caught in an incredibly agonizing position, balancing his supreme responsibilities as the reigning monarch with the natural instincts of a father who deeply loves both of his sons and wishes to see his family united in his twilight years. The king's own life story is no stranger to intense public scrutiny and complex marital and familial challenges, having navigated the tumultuous decades of the 90s and the subsequent restructuring of his public image alongside Queen Camilla. Now, as he manages his historic reign while simultaneously navigating personal health challenges that have naturally forced a reflection on legacy and family continuity, his primary desire is to foster an atmosphere of quiet peace and generational connection. The offer to host the Sussexes at a secure royal residence and provide them with official protection during their upcoming stay is a testament to the king's tactical wisdom, recognizing that a grandfather's relationship with his grandchildren should transcend the ongoing conflicts of adult family members. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, growing up in the coastal environment of California, have been largely isolated from their rich British heritage and the extended royal family network, making this upcoming trip a vital opportunity for them to establish a tangible connection to their ancestral roots. The presence of the young prince and princess on British soil carries immense symbolic weight, offering a rare glimmer of hope that the innocent next generation might eventually serve as the ultimate bridge to heal the profound rifts created by their elders. However, royal historians caution that the path to a genuine, lasting reconciliation between the Duke of Sussex and the Prince of Wales cannot be achieved through superficial meetings or brief public appearances. The emotional damage inflicted over the past 6 years is deeply rooted and multifaceted, involving complex legal battles over state-funded security, debates over official titles, and a fundamental disagreement on the role of the monarchy in the 21st century. As the House of Windsor prepares for this highly charged family arrival, the world is reminded that the British royal family is both a private lineage and a public institution, where every personal choice has a direct impact on the collective identity of the nation. The upcoming weeks will undoubtedly write a crucial new chapter in this enduring saga, demonstrating whether the enduring power of family bloodlines can eventually overcome the rigid demands of royal duty and institutional survival. Whether this historic transatlantic journey marks the true beginning of a slow, step-by-step healing process, or simply highlights the unyielding nature of the brotherly divide remains to be seen. but its outcome will unquestionably shape the public perception and internal dynamics of the British monarchy for generations to come.